Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah,
Give me a,
yeah.
give me a sandwich.
How many chips?
4.5 years to make someone a sandwich.
That was hilarious. I'll try not to.
I couldn't help it, man. Like, give me a sandwich, bitch.
That goes back to the Julian Jackson thing.
Yeah.
I just say it. Alright, ready?
Like a bitch.
We got the game faces on?
Yeah.
Alright. Jeez, maybe I'll need another beer. Maybe I'll get one after we're done with this. Okay. So how many is that now?
That is.
Well,
One,
we
two,
did.
3, 4, 5.
This is
Wait,
our
1,
This is
2,
our
3,
sixth.
4. This
Five.
is 5.
Oh,
This
this
is
is
5.
okay.
Yeah.
Because we did the. Yeah.
We did the Sony stuff all
The
in
two
one.
Sony stuff.
Yeah, well, okay.
Okay.
Our fans are waiting.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Make them wait.
Make a sandwich. Before long, we'll have them making us.
Make them wait. Alrighty. Are we ready?
Yeah,
We're
okay.
ready. Alright. Good evening, everybody. Once again, this is Reverend.
The theme here.
It's your boy Theory.
And Graymouse won.
The four middle-aged dudes just bullshitting about nothing. This is our last video of the weekend. If you've seen the previous videos that the theme is put up on his channel, you know that the theme and I went out of our way. We watched Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Prelude to the Justice League. Gonna add everything we can think of, yada yada yada, etc., and making a sandwich. We saw that. We went ahead. We did our review. And the funny thing about the movie is that, yeah, it's making bank. Unfortunately, for when it comes to Warner Brothers, it's not making enough. They actually projected by this weekend they should have been able to break $1.2 billion at the box office worldwide. And I believe they're on track for something like $900 million. All right. So if you put that in perspective, the movie cost them about $220, $240 to make, and then another $200 million to market and distribute. So they've gotten to the point where they've actually started making money back. Unfortunately for Warner Brothers, there have been a lot of movies over the last year that they put out that really flopped hard. All right. Because of that, one of the rumors that have been going around is that Warner Brothers is actually looking to slow down their DCEU schedule, and a lot of the scheduled movies that they've already announced and put on schedule may not come out during the initial forecasted time. All right. Thoughts on that, gentlemen?
I didn't think Batman v Superman was going to do that great from the start.
Near to die, to be honest.
I figured it would have been not necessarily a substandard movie, but at least kind of worth going to check out. So I'm not surprised that it's not doing what they wanted it to do.
Yeah, I mean it's making money, but it's just not making the buckets they were hoping.
Yeah, and you know I kind of hear that. As far as them slowing down their progress for their movies and so on and so forth, I'm not particularly opposed to it. I mean, I'm not in a real rush to see them come out the way that they were planning on coming out. This probably gives them a little bit of time to rethink what they want to do.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be getting better movies out of this with the amount of space that they're given.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well, the funny thing is that I looked over their schedule. It's not as ambitious as we initially thought. But let's continue on with everybody else's thoughts.
I mean, again, please watch the Themes channel on their review of the movie.
Spoilers: there's a fight between the two main characters.
The thing that I heard is that they were trying to cram too much into that movie, and they're trying to make up for it now. They saw that too much, too fast is not the way to go. It's time to pull the throttle back and maybe bring in more interest. I mean, because having all those cameos in that movie was just too much to take. It was it was just too much to take in. And looking at the Flash movie, and I think they're supposed to do a what is it Aquaman movie. It'll give it more basis to come together as the Justice League. Have a little bit more backstory to that, why the Justice League was formed, instead of saying, okay, here's all these heroes, we'll call them the Justice League, and we got to go fight this big, huge boss that's or not boss, enemy that you know what I mean. So I think DC was wrong in trying to pull all this in at one time. And I think the only reason why they did that was because of Marvel. I mean, Marvel's been pretty successful. But the thing is, though, at the beginning, Marvel sat down a long time ago and said, okay, this is where we're going to start, and this is where we're going to end. And then we'll figure out the specifics in between. And they've done it correctly. DC saw Marvel, hey, Marvel is successful. Hurry up. We got to get all the stuff. We got to get this in. We got to get this in. We got to get this in. And then it turned into a big freaking mess that nobody understands what went on. Instead, when the first Marvel, what was it? The first Avenger, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And was it the first? Yeah. When they started that, DC should have said, we need to start a. But some people say that the Man of Steel was that.
The problem, there are a couple of problems. Number one, they had a Batman trilogy going on.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with what they were trying to do. Number two, Green Lantern flopped.
It did.
Yeah.
And even though the beginning of Green Lantern was copy and paste of what really fucking happens in the Green Lantern universe, it still wasn't enough. Superman Returns, number three, flopped. Again, DC didn't think this through. They had zero ammunition, and they had all these films coming from different ways.
Angles. Yep.
And it was like, okay, look, Marvel was just doing its thing. They started with Iron Man, a very good focal point, and at the end of the credits, I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. We're done here. All they had to do was build up to that point. Now, what DC tried to do here, they tried it with Man of Steel, and it was like, Man of Steel had absolutely nothing with a build-up. It had absolutely nothing to it. It was just another fucking Superman story.
Is another Superman boot-up
shit
reboot.
that didn't make any fucking sense at times. And then they were like, okay, we can just continue from there. No, you fucking couldn't. There was still no fucking build-up that absolutely made sense. And what me and the Reverend pointed out a lot of contradictions and a lot of disconnects with Batman v Superman as it was. And it's like, so Lex Luthor knows who everyone. Okay, spoilers. If you haven't watched the review, myself and the Reverend, go watch it. Or if you already know what I'm about to say about what went on, but let's think about this. Lex Luthor knows the secret identities and how these motherfuckers came about. Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman, The Flash, even Batman and Superman, and had all their emblems in place.
Yep.
Footage of them in place. Secret identities are known. You're telling me that it's going to take you this long, or this short, to actually just throw them all in a fucking movie together? Okay, what buildup is there besides Doomsday trying to come and trying to take over planet Earth? And you have zero backstory for a lot of these people. They found Aquaman by accident.
No, they found him in a L'Oreal commercial.
They found the Flash by having footage of the Flash in a fucking liquor store when the Flash could have easily just taken that surveillance thing. They have a photo, a black and white photo of Wonder Woman that she ended up at a LexCorp building trying to look for and take back, and Lex didn't know that she was there. Seriously? You've got all of these things that they try to just throw at us. And then they're trying to throw a Justice League. They're trying to throw a Justice League situation. They're trying to throw a Justice League movie. And it's like, too much, too fast, and at this point, is it really fucking worth it? Are they actually going to go through it? And if they fucking slow it down, how are they going to slow it down? Are they going to have just all these individual movies take place within, and then
No,
just
no, you're not slowing down. No, what they're doing is they're moving the movies because I like some of these movies instead of going out for 2018, they're moving it up to 2020. It's not.
They're slowing it down.
That's
Well,
a slowdown.
they're slowing to make them, but when they're the movie itself is going to be fast paced, out of left field, trying to
No, I
be
mean,
cohesive.
well, without
They
having
already delivered the characters to us, so there's no fucking surprise.
That's what I'm saying.
without having to sit there and rehash Batman versus Superman again. All right. The when we're talking about slowing down the DC movies, the movies of the DC extended universe, the DCEU being slowing down, the slate being slowed down by Warner Brothers, is that they want to postpone the release. All right. Um, the problem. This is the last thing I'm going to say about Batman versus Superman as it relates to what we're talking about. The problem with Batman versus Superman is that they tried to do what took Marvel five excuse me, 5 movies to do with Avengers. They're trying to do that in literally
One movie.
3.
Yep.
All right, 2 or 3.
Yep.
Okay, and let's just be honest. A general convention for a lot of the superhero movies has been that you go ahead, you do a team movie, and then you split off. All right, that's always been the way that it's been. No, that it's been conceived up until Marvel did it the other way around.
Yeah.
All right, now the wonderful thing about how Marvel has done it up until this point is that it's taught people not only just to sit there and appreciate the team, but also the individual characters. All right. And they expect now, oh, there's going to be a little stinger, a little teaser at the end of the credits and everything. All right. The funny thing about the DC schedule is that I thought it was actually a really aggressive, but they're it's actually on par with what Marvel has been doing over the past few years. All right, like 2016, they only have Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad coming out. All right,
Is Suicide Squad canon?
it's going to be part of the DCEU. It's
Yeah.
part of the universe. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then here's the silly part. All right.
What?
In 2017, they already have Wonder Woman and then Justice League of America Part 1. All right. Okay. Because JLA is supposed to start production and shooting at the end of this month. All right. So they're already slated to go into that. Okay. But if we're only dealing with 2 movies a year. All right. And then in 2018, there's supposed to be Aquaman and Flash. All right. Which they have directors and writers for both. All right. And then 2019, they've got JLA Part 2 and Shazam. The JLAs are slated to be handled by Zack Snyder and Chris Terrio, the same folks who went ahead and handled Batman vs Superman. So I'm not very confident on how that'll turn out. And then with Shazam, that's so far in the future that they have no director, no writers right now. Okay. And then in 2020, they finish up with the Green Lantern Corps and also Cyborg. So they're going to do Green Lantern, but all of them. Okay. Both of those.
You said core, right?
Yeah, Green Lantern Corps and Cyborg. Both of those movies have been announced. No director, no writers. All right, and this doesn't include the newly announced and newly minted forward singular Batman movies that are supposed to be coming out in between.
I heard about
With
that.
Affleck.
You know, the thing about it is that the slate isn't as aggressive as I thought it would be.
Mhm.
All right, but the problem is that the thing with Batman versus Superman in the way that in the whole scheme of things for Warner Brothers is that you've got Warner Brothers, according to I believe it's the Hollywood Report, the article that Warner Brothers put out more movies, all right, in comparison to all the other big studios.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And there, let's see here. You've got what was it? I think it's Disney, which is Buena Vista. Sony. Excuse me. Disney was #1 last year. Then there was Universal. Then there was I believe it was Sony, and then it was Warner Brothers. All right. The thing about the Disney releases, guess what? They put out the least amount of movies that year, and they made the most money. Warner Brothers put the most,
and
They made less.
They were #4. All right, and they not only did they put out a lot of movies, but they put out a lot of expensive movies.
Garbage.
Like Jupiter Rising
Well,
flopped. All right.
you know,
Yeah.
like you were saying, I don't mean to cut you off, but like you were saying, is that there's really no, in my opinion, there's really no need for a Flash movie because I think the television series was more than enough.
But it's not being included in these.
See, wait. Graymouse brings up an excellent point.
Mhm.
This is a big mistake because remember Smallville, and then they make Superman Returns.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah.
Because if they would have made Smallville and then made a movie
That,
incorporating
that
Smallville,
stayed with the same canon as
they
Smallville.
could
Yeah.
have made a Superman and then continued the series and called it Metropolis.
There you go.
Yep.
We would have been done there. It would have been in
Yeah.
canon. So you have this great Flash series, and you're gonna make a Flash movie that has
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Are you fucking mad?
Yeah, that doesn't make any
It doesn't
sense.
make a lick of sense, and that's why I said there's really no need for a
And
Flash
part
movie.
of the reason why that is they probably don't want to go ahead and make an Green Arrow movie to go with it.
There's another one right there. They got a great Green Arrow series. Come on. Or Arrow for but
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they can't picture Casey Jones, running around with bow and arrow.
they were.
I can, and I'm okay with that.
Just saying. All right.
But
It's better than Superman getting a kryptonite spear and flying with it.
Here we go again. I thought we were done with the Superman versus.
Wait. No.
You haven't seen the movie?
No. What?
We have to keep that in mind.
I did not know that you did not see the movie yet.
Seriously?
Disconnect.
With no lead on, by the way.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, he grabs it and then he's like, and then he picks it up and goes and flies away anyway. I mean, he reacts to it, but then he just like gets immune to it all of a sudden and just picks it up and flies.
It's almost as bad as him lifting a full island made out of
Kryptonite
and throwing it.
Yes! Remember, that happened in Superman Returns.
If you weren't sitting here, I would have gotten up and left. All right. The movie's not even playing, and I wanted to leave.
Okay.
So
So
I'll continue on with this.
with the Green Lantern Corps,
Dad,
I
is Sinestro gonna be a Green Lantern?
he has to be at the beginning. It just wouldn't make any sense otherwise. Then he's gonna have to turn. Then he's gonna become, the Celestial Corps.
That doesn't necessarily have to happen. Keep in mind, Batman was established when the movie.
You're true.
when
You're right.
Superman
You're absolutely right.
started.
What were the other ones?
As
So
was
Aquaman. I mean, how are they gonna do an
All these
Aquaman
other
movie?
characters in this
It's
last
gonna be
movie
the
were
same
already
way.
established characters.
Aquaman the movie is gonna be the same as the Nintendo 64 game.
So by all means, Sinestro could already be Yellow Lantern.
He has to be, because it would not
They
be
are
right.
because here's the thing.
So let me ask you a
We're talking
question.
about the core. We're not talking about one specific.
Right.
No, you're right. You're right.
Okay. Having that been said, regardless to where we are at this point,
But Hal Jordan's going to be there. He's got to.
Yeah.
Celestial's got to be there.
necessarily.
No, their plans are supposed to be Hal Jordan is going to be there as the Green Lantern of Earth at the beginning of the film, and by the end of the film, it's going to be John Stewart.
Yeah.
All right.
So are they going to do?
Say, is that guy Gardner?
I can't. Are they going to do? What's his name? Megawatts? What's his name?
Kilowatt.
Kilowatts? Are they going to? Yeah. Are they going to do him?
Yeah, no,
I'd
he's going to
rather-
be part of the core.
I'd rather see a static movie at this point.
And then let me ask you a question. Do you think that Wonder Woman performed in as a Wonder, in the Superman versus Batman or Batman versus Superman? Because I mean, they're gonna
They
use
shouldn't
this.
have had her there.
I think she should have been established as her own character before
Right.
being stuck into a movie.
Before being stuck in this movie, she should have
But-
never had
What
that.
is she doing there in the
But I
first
feel the
place?
same about
No,
everybody else.
you have to see the movie. I said the gist of it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though.
Look,
Again.
without me seeing the movie on this tangent
She
where
should have
they
had
should
her
have
own
all
shit.
been established.
That's
before
the
getting
point
stuck
that me
in
and the
this
Reverend were
movie.
saying. They should have been established by themselves. They
And
should have
then-
showed her own Benascara. They should have showed her leaving. They should have shown her on her own
It's
story
just-
doing shit before they stuck her in this movie because
It's
it would
just
have had more
funny.
meaning.
It's just funny that they watched things that worked with Marvel. Why did they decide to go against?
I was about to say that's alcohol abuse, but there's no alcohol.
Why did they go against everything?
Go against what works because they were in a hurry.
To catch up.
Yeah, and the thing is that
It's simple. They were in a hurry.
Ice Princess are fucked up.
I mean, that's the whole problem with Warner Brothers. All right, and this isn't a DC thing; it's Warner Brothers thing. All right, is that I've said this all along. All right, that that they're trying to play catch up, and because of that, they're doing things very haphazardly, and they're trying to shoot. They tried to
They're
shoot
shooting from the hip. Is
too
the
much
problem.
stuff. All right.
Yes.
Not even really shooting from the hip. All
Doc
right.
Holliday could do that.
You know.
Hey.
But the problem, the other problem that they have is that the folks that they have in charge of the creative side of putting together the DCEU, they aren't. They're big movie guys. All right. They know how to do big movies and stuff like that. But I don't know if they're necessarily fans.
No.
No.
All right.
It obviously shows.
All right.
I mean,
They were
it
just
painfully obvious.
See,
They shows.
right now, and this is just me viewing this from an outside prospector. Basically, what I see is I see them counting numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Marvel's making this much.
Yep.
We can make this much.
We can match them.
JLA.
Yep.
What they
Yes.
forget to us, what they forget is Marvel established these characters
Oh,
before that happened.
Way
Yeah.
back when.
And Marvel did the smart way. They established like the low tier characters at a certain
Mm-hmm.
point.
You know what I mean?
With Iron Man, they started with Iron Man. He
I would
wasn't
call
really
Iron Man low tier. Man.
No. Compared to everyone
Compared
else.
to Ant-Man.
True.
No, actually,
No, compared to the Hulk.
no. As
Simon
here,
said.
Thor.
no, let's just be honest. All right. Aside from X-Men, which is their Rockstar franchise
Yep.
before the movie started, okay, or Spider-Man or Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
All right. The thing with the Marvel Studios is that all of their Rockstar IPs were already sold off and they're handled by other studios.
Yeah.
All right. So when they went ahead and they were looking back to go ahead and do something as far as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, unless somebody was going to fuck up and IP was going to fall back in their lap, all right, they had to make do with what they could find.
Yeah.
All right. And the only thing they could the problem with the Avengers is that if you sit there and you look at the amount of characters that have been in and out of the Avengers, all right, guess what? There are multiple Avengers who've been X-Men. There are
Yes.
multiple
Yes,
Avengers
you're right.
who have been part of the Fantastic Four.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
I mean,
So
Spider-Man was an Avenger at one
Spider-Man.
time.
And that's why.
yeah, that's the reason why they had to sit there. Look, before Marvel started turning around, before Marvel went ahead and they got into bed with Toy Biz, all right. This is around the time. This is after they filed Chapter 11, all right, because Toy Biz was the company that really saved them and bought up stock and everything to keep them afloat. Before they got into bed with Toy Biz, they were going to cancel Iron Man. All right, they didn't know whether or not making another Captain America was profitable.
It's funny because I made a joke to him. I was like, what if Iron Man doesn't fly? And he was like, no, if Iron Man doesn't fly.
It was true. I said it from the beginning. If Iron Man can't fly, I want out.
But the thing about it was that Marvel. The miraculous thing about Marvel. This is the thing that baffles me about Warner Brothers. Okay, and like I said, it's not a DC thing. It's Warner Brothers. All right.
Yeah.
The thing that Marvel has done miraculously is that they've taken second tier trash can characters and they've turned them into rock stars. All right. In comparison, Warner Brothers has control of all of their IPs. All of their fucking characters, they own it. It's under their fucking umbrella.
Yeah.
And they can't make ends meet. Okay? They've just come to a point where they said, unless Batman versus Superman, the two most iconic fucking superheroes,
DC.
and not just in DC,
Yeah,
in American
yeah,
fucking
Just
history.
yeah.
Okay, the two most iconic
How much
superheroes
they-
in
yeah.
American history,
Yeah.
all right? They're not able to hit their forecasted, they're not turning over the money.
They're projected.
as much.
Well, that's
Okay.
because the rest of the world wasn't falling for it.
Well, look, think about it this way, okay? They think that it's going to project and actually end up around 900 million, or they're going to limp along to 1 billion. All right, Jurassic World, which was released last year, did 1.6 billion worldwide.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that Batman versus Superman can't fucking top Star-Lord and the Lizards.
The movie Batman versus Superman. That's what the movie should have focused on.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to
shoehorn everything else.
Well,
shoehorn all these other characters into it.
Yeah.
Like, as far as I'm concerned, the whole DC universe thing, as far as the movies goes, they started with this stumble, all right? Because Man of Steel wasn't that great either.
But it made money.
It did.
That was
It
the
did.
thing.
It did.
Yeah.
But at the risk of destroying all of Metropolis and pissing off Batman, who apparently lives 5 miles away.
Gotham was about 5 miles away. Yeah.
All right.
City limits right there.
All right. I mean, literally a stone's
Superman.
throw.
It might as well be Compton and Watts.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's telling the truth.
I'm not
But
complaining.
having that
Yeah.
said, we have a situation where in Man of Steel we hadn't even had a mentioning of kryptonite yet. All right, which in itself is a problem. All right. So regardless of the fact that they made money or not, they started with this stumble. Okay, and they tried to regain their footing with this Batman v Superman, and they fell on their faces. Unfortunately. It's a sad situation, but that's what happened. They fell on their faces. Them slowing down is them trying to get back up. All right.
In truth, I don't think it's going to work. The damage has already been done.
No,
not necessarily.
not
I don't think
necessarily.
so.
Because the one thing that I
Will
would
people see an Aquaman movie?
I think they would. All right. The thing is that look, people were saying the same thing about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, fine.
That people openly stated, you're honestly asking me to spend $15 fucking on a talking tree and a fucking raccoon.
I am.
All right. Okay. But look, here's the thing about it. Okay, is that I don't think reshuffling the schedule around is what they need to worry about. I think what they need to worry about is that the creative people involved, all right, need to reevaluate what type of tone and what type of story they're trying to tell.
And hopefully that
Alright.
And they need to hire some people that know what the fuck they're doing.
They don't need to hire nobody.
No,
They
they
already
They
have
already-
Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
They're in the
Warner
animated.
Brothers
No,
is right there.
what I'm saying is, you misunderstood. What I'm saying is this: people that know the stories, know
Well,
the.
that's what we're iterating.
that
Warner Brothers is right fucking there.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. I mean, if that's the case, then they could just go down the hall
That's
and
what I'm
say,
saying.
"Hey, how's Aquaman?
Yeah.
Hey, how's Flash?
Why don't they read the
How's
fucking comic?
Wonder Woman?"
No. Here's
again,
the sad part about it.
a lot of these people may not be fans to begin with.
That's a problem. That's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying right there.
But the upside is, with that extra time that they've been giving themselves,
They can do that,
they can fix that.
I mean,
but will they?
here's the ludicrous thing. All right. If you've ever listened to the Fat Man on Batman podcast, all right, Kevin Smith's podcast, where he talks about all the geek stuff, comic books and movies and everything else, he's had multiple times guys who worked on the animated series, all right, and all of them have said that even up to this point, all right, Warner Brothers, the guys who handled the film side of Warner Brothers, looked at animation and comic books as resources. Oh, we can't hand X, Y, this dude, this this project because he's an animation guy or he's a comics guy. He doesn't know how to handle movies. It's a good fucking story, all right? If someone knows how to write a good fucking story, it'll translate.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got other people in place to go ahead and handle the other parts.
Well, the problem is that you're right, but Warner Brothers has the resources. They need to use them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They got you. Got to go down the hall if you want to find out, or like you said, read the source material. You know,
I mean, the bottom line is none of this stuff is hard to find. No, none of it. No.
especially in today's world.
Look, them
You see
motherfuckers
that thing there?
them
You see
motherfuckers
that thing there? None of the stuff is hard
the
to find.
motherfuckers that make that Jim movie, all they have to do is watch the cartoon in order to fucking figure that shit out. That's how
Yeah.
the big fucking
Oh my God!
and they didn't fucking do it, and that was one of the easiest things to do.
I didn't even
especially
watch the
in
cartoon, but I knew of it.
And we knew the story. We knew the earrings. We knew the computer. We knew the misfits. We knew the holograms. We knew all that shit, and we didn't fucking watch that shit, and we could analyze that shit in seconds. And these
And
motherfuckers
destroy it.
didn't do it to match 90 minutes.
That's truly outrageous now. Stop that. All right.
What are you objecting though?
I'm just saying that's another tangent that I don't know. I don't want to get.
But source material.
That
That was the
point. Source.
And they're not.
It's right there in today's day and age. This is the information age where pick up your cell phone, smartphone, computer.
See, look.
Exactly.
There's a
The best way to take care of this is very simple. Hire 1 or 2 consultants who know what the fuck they're talking about.
I mean,
Is it that
That's
difficult
it.
to do?
Well, that's it.
here's
The problem is that the people that are making
Isn't
the
that
movies are
expensive
bean
to do?
counters, man.
No, and that's the problem.
the people that are
You got all these bean counters.
they're
but
just
no
bean
one knows
counters,
the
but
material.
nobody knows the material. That's the whole problem.
So, like I said, you hire 1 or 2 consultants who know what the hell they're talking about,
Hire one of us.
and then just have them on site. Be like, no, that can't happen. This is
And this is the reason why it can't happen.
If they made a Looney Tunes movie where Porky Pig doesn't stutter, I'm out.
Look, if Elmer
Or-
becomes a crack marksman,
Or Wile E. Coyote catches the Roadrunner.
Well, that can actually happen at the end of a movie, but we're talking about character here.
Yeah.
and like I said,
And shit that will be just totally fucking out of place and rushed.
It would work in a satire, though.
No, wait, it works in satire, but Bugs Bunny can't be eaten in 15 minutes.
yeah. But here's the thing. Satire aside, these movies are taken seriously.
Right.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
You're absolutely 100% correct. Because you got people like us that don't accept this bullshit. No, don't get us wrong, though. We're not here to hope that things fail. We want to see it succeed. But
I don't
Put that-
know.
So put out bullshit.
Or when it doesn't succeed, we have to call that shit out.
yes, and when you put out bullshit that we do objection, you know.
Why'd you play Mia, by the way? Love Phoenix Wright, but still.
because you're talking about Jim. It was all chicks, all right.
So yeah, they still could have done that shit correctly. It was easy.
What, Jim?
All right, so
Yeah,
so guys,
this is easy, and it's like they're not doing it.
so guys, what's your final thoughts on DC slowing down their
Warner Brothers.
oh I'm sorry
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers
They have to do these
slow
things.
down their is that a good? Do you see it as a good thing?
What
Or
if
you
they
see
still
it-
don't do this shit correctly? Then what? What are the excuses then?
And that's a possibility if they
And-
have the same
and that-
writers
that's
that did this.
possible.
I mean, that's just no
It's like, wait a
problem.
minute, you took longer and you still could have
And you
gathered
still
shit
came
and
up with
still
this
pulled that?
bullshit?
Yeah.
You guys are warned.
What Aquaman don't breathe on the water?
You guys are warned.
He's
I better see a fucking trident.
he's wearing a
A bubble
He
helmet.
A bubble helmet?
Wait, he doesn't telepathically talk to
He can't talk to
fish.
animals.
He can't talk to
Can't
fish.
talk to fish. Or he can only talk to crustaceans.
All right, my closing thoughts are this.
That's on Saturdays.
Also
On
Saturday.
different time of fish. All right.
So my closing thoughts on this is that I'm glad that Warner Brothers is slowing down. They need to take a couple steps back, and we iterated several times in this last 10, 15 minutes, is that know your source material. You got the internet, you got smartphones,
fans
you
like
got
us.
fans, and then, hire
Here's the
like
thing.
Theory said, hire consultants. It's okay if you don't know. You don't have to lie to kick it. If you don't know this, ask for help. Because look,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is Warner Brothers we're talking about. All right. They have most of this material on hand.
you never heard that?
They the stuff isn't that hard. It's not that far away. Everything is pretty much in an arm length for Warner Brothers as far as DC stuff goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of take out the time. You guys have the extra time now. Take out the time.
This is like
Redo the material.
This is like Shigeru Miyamoto fucking up a Zelda movie.
and just simply do it the way it should be done. You know what I mean?
Warner Brothers
If you can stay true to the source material, we'll love you for it.
Warner Brothers should not be fucking this up. Again,
Or allowing it to be fucked
we
up.
just passed 75 years of Batman, and Superman has been a little bit longer. You're telling me that you're fucking these guys up, and they've been out for a quarter.
Now, having that been
Generation.
said, I'm not gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna nitpick because
Three-quarters
the
of a
Green
century?
Lantern's right-handed, but you put the ring on the left hand. I don't care about that. All right. But some shit has to make sense.
You put the ring on his toes.
Right. Some of it has to make sense. Okay.
Making constructs
That's
from
what I'm
feet.
saying. We're not going to be super nitpicky about it, but we're going to pick you apart when you make shit that's wrong.
Yeah, you make
Okay.
constructs with
That
feet.
don't make a lick of sense.
Hey, the Powerpuff Girls are making constructs now.
So what are your closing thoughts?
No.
You done? And the
No
Reverend,
whammy, stop. Nope, done. You got it.
what's your closing thoughts?
Okay, before we start traipsing into the territory of, I was gonna say something like, I lost it. But okay, look, Warner Brothers and the DCEU. All right, their job is simple. All right, let's just put that out there. Their job is simple. Whether or not they have the right people there to go ahead and do not only what they think is going to make fans jump up and go see their movies in droves, but actually put the material out there is another story altogether. All right. I would love to see that maybe they start taking cues from guys who worked on the animated series.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe they start taking cues from and input from the folks who are currently working with comic books. Maybe a little bit more seriously. All right. But what they gotta, I know Warner Brothers doesn't have the they don't have a central figure or a committee to go ahead and put everything together like Marvel does. All right. As far as everything that the Marvel Studios puts out, it all builds toward one thing. All right. And the reason why, and I've heard this back and forth that, why don't they get XYZ director? Why didn't they keep this director for this particular thing? Well, maybe that director's vision didn't match what they were building to. Okay. Which a lot of the Marvel movies and their with their creative decisions and everything else, that's what they try to go. All right. The thing with Warner Brothers is that they're still very director and artist driven. All right. Look, if they're going to be director and artist driven, let the director and artist go ahead and do what they do. All right. But don't fucking interject with all this writing by committee bullshit. All right. Because just following the drama and the news behind the production of Batman versus Superman. All right. People are like, oh, Batfleck, oh, what, they're going to make Wonder Woman Kryptonian also, and there was so many other things. It could have been so much worse, all right? But the problem that they had consistently was the fact that every time new information about the movie came out and was released to people, they were adding something else.
Yeah.
They kept on adding shit in, all right, and it was being written by committee. They came to the point where it's like, oh, we're gonna add this, we're gonna add this, we're gonna add this, which is which is a big reason why when we did even just the trailer reaction, I was like, yeah, I'm more worried about how this is gonna be put together because they've only got so much time in the theater to go ahead and put things out, you know. And they don't need to shoehorn that shit together. They might as well. I mean, if they're gonna handle it like that, all right. They might as well be shoehorning in. I don't know, fucking Warner Brothers. I don't know. They might as well be shoehorning in a Godzilla as a fucking cameo in one of these fucking movies. All right.
It felt like that. It really did.
Which I wouldn't want. You know.
Well, they did shoehorn the trolls from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. You know.
Damn.
The troll. The troll. All right.
Well, I mean, you know, I just think that Warner Brothers needs to get their shit together. And so, I mean, it's a positive thing that they're stretching it out and slowing it down. But don't make the same mistakes. Don't extend the agony by extending. You know, if you took all this time and then it's still fucked up.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not see the same type of stuff happen because
Absolutely.
here's what's gonna happen. All right, is that every potentially great movie that comes out is gonna end up being okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the thing about Batman versus Superman is that it could have been great. It's just okay.
Yeah.
Literally, like Batman and Robin wasn't.
They almost made Wonder Woman Kryptonian.
They were. There was a rumor that they were thinking about making a Kryptonian.
What? From Gawker?
Yeah.
I need confirmation from y'all for a second.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know if this was a troll or not.
That was a rumor from 3 years ago.
Tell me this was a troll. Just for my own personal sake. Tell me it's a troll. Thank you.
I mean, it goes along the same thing that April and Neil named Ninja Turtle.
Ah!
You know,
Yeah.
what?
But
Or they came from
here's the-
Alien
here's
or
the-
something like that.
Here's the thing. Yeah, the whole April O'Neil thing, that was outlandish in itself.
That's another movie we're talking about.
But making Wonder Woman Kryptonian, you just turned Wonder Woman into Supergirl.
Nope, that makes no sense.
It could have been worse. All right. And on that note,
You do have a valid
yeah,
point.
it could have been worse.
It could have been
All right.
much worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, thank you for watching what we've been going on about for the last 35 minutes.
Mhm.
Comments below if there was anything that we missed or anything that we haven't considered. We'd like to hear about it. You know, if you're so kind, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We are the 4 middle-aged dudes. We do this every week, whether or not it's gonna be my house or by remote.
Yeah.
Or chasing Godzilla's fucking tail. You know, that's just what it's gonna be. All right. I'm the Reverend.
The theme is here.
It's there.
And Graymouse won.
Credits.
For the benefits of those who wish these movies would be good. Warner Brothers, please. get
Looking
your
at you.
jazz. All right. There you go.
Well.